What is up, gamers? Welcome to Cherry's NASB2 Boundary Breaks. Today in this episode, we've got a special one. We'll be going over Pariah's Keep, Clockwork's Lair, Reptar's Ruin, and City Aquarium. One extra bonus stage, the last default stage we have left, Tremorton Joyride. So, to start off, we've got our first stage here, Clockwork's Lair. And this one's pretty interesting because just with this one, there's a lot of just things going on in the background, and it's one of the few stages in the game that has these boxed in look to it. And that is thanks to just the way it's textured. So looking at it from an above, or just like a pretty high up view of it, you can actually see just how it's designed and oriented with this like texture wallpaper thing going on here. Chains up here at the top aren't actually connected to anything. They're just kind of chilling up here. And in the back you've got the tablet of time, or whatever the heck this thing is. The clockwork tablet or whatever. I don't know. What's the lore for this, chat? What's the lore? But whatever it is, let me know. And then come down here. We've got all these NPC models just chilling here, doing their thing, you know. And we've got Merlin, or whatever the heck his name is. This one's broken, but yeah, pretty awesome stuff. Fire effects are pretty cool, pretty detailed for where they are in the portrait here. Underneath the stage is also modeled somewhat, and it's this nice effect here. And here we have this hole, which also has one of those effects, you know. Can't really see too much here, so it's kind of just chilling. We come down here, we actually also can see that this hole does let you go through it, obviously. It's just a open hole in the ground. Interesting, what was that? There's some particles down here. And back here actually is modeled as well, which I think is pretty cool. This tablet is pretty neat as well. But yeah, pretty simple stage except for this axe here. Like, this is one moving element, you know, on it. Not too many hazards, the platforms don't change. That's a pretty cool angle, seeing that come through. It actually cuts through the edges of the stage here, but yeah, all in all, a pretty basic stage here. So, nothing really more to it than that. Alright, so next up we've got Clockwork's Lair. And this stage, another one of those really interesting ones. And I know I said that Clockwork's Lair earlier. I meant to say Pariah's Keep, but I was just so excited to think about this one, because this one just has a ton of things going on with it. It's got this weird moving background. It's got all of these moving parts. It's got these cool teleporters, which I'll show you right now. Pretty awesome. Like, it's just a very fun casual stage. It's got these very odd platform layout. Like, it's just the whole package, you know. Like, it's very cool in that aspect. So, getting into this a bit more here. We've even got the main protagonist of the game here, Clockwork. Here, just chilling, being a dude. Look at him go. And got just a very cool aesthetic here, zooming out really far. Like, look how big the stage is. Very busy. And look at how cool that background is, man. Here, let's go take a look at that. Ooh. That's kind of sick. Oh! That's kind of also sick. That's like a cool loading screen or something. We might use this for something in the future, chat. And purple. Oh, that's also kind of sick. Like the reverse of it, you know? The ghost zone. That's what the Fenton see. Yeah, very cool stage overall. Very detailed. And like you see this distorted reality here. These clock gears turning, doing their best here. There's even gears down here. A lot of detail. I love this effect. I thought these were stairs at first, like a distorted reality stair. But it's actually just one giant gear attached to the smaller one here, which I think is really awesome. And like we have this thing here, this like light, whatever, and then you've got the bell here as well, making the ding ding. So it's just it's a very cool stage. You got the ghosts, the scythes, the grim reapers, you know, and it's just like very cool aesthetic here. Hello. But overall, just a very cool stage, I would say. And that's Clockwork's Lair. So next up on our list, we've got Reptar Ruin. The gamer with the most, you know. So this stage just has a lot going on for it. It's a very cool stage. Very interactive, cool background. And it's just very large, very fun casual stage. I've played some casuals on this, and it's got these cool hazards as well. So let's see how this all works. I'm very excited to see how this works. So, looking up right away. Of course, they stop as soon as I try. But, pretty cool. Just general, like, detail of this stage. Like, a lot of foliage here. And if we zoom out, we actually can see these are actually not just foliage, but they are these really cool giant palm trees. Like, look at the detail on this pyramid. Like, this whole thing I think is modeled. Let's see his back. No, the back is not. Saving those resources, as I've talked about in the past. But also, look at these cool fire effects. From up close, these look really awesome. And here come the meteors, or the lava plumes. And from different angles, these things look really, like, small. So I think it's really interesting just to see how perspective can kind of warp how things look. But I wonder, do those, like, shoot out from somewhere? Here's the Reptar heads. And then at the top of this pyramid, which is a generally very large map. Like, look at this. Like, it's super big. Way bigger than Reptar, so give him credit where credit's due. And look at this, you've even got, in the background here, you've got these birds. But it's like an effect. It's like I don't think we've seen this yet, where it's like, in these, like, are these modeled? I think they are modeled. Yeah, they're modeled. This isn't just like a screen. That's really interesting. Or at least, if they're not modeled, it's at least a 3D animation. Which, and then they come in, they fade in, and then they fade out. That's really cool. Like, look at the detail on this. Like, that's pretty damn awesome. Oh! Look. We can see the volcano back here actually exploding. We gotta check this out. Look at the particles. Whoa! And then those get... That's so actually cool. So how does this work? So, obviously it's not modeled, right? But how does this work? So you have this smoke effect here. It's kind of hard to position the camera properly. But I'm trying my best. Look at it go. That's pretty cool. That's a cool effect to have in the background. I would have never noticed that without this. Like, that makes you appreciate the attention to detail, like, for the aesthetics that these stages get. Like, man, this is just so cool. Like, oh, this is so cool. Like, look at this. It's so pretty, man. What a great stage. Shout out to the devs on this one. Like, I just absolutely love this stage. What's up? We're on the Aqua stage. And this stage, it's another one of those pretty awesome ones, you know? Like it's just one of those really cool, very aesthetically interesting, and when you go into this free cam mode, you barely could even tell, because it just seems like, even with the free cam mod, sometimes stripping some of those more, like, cool post-processing aspects, you can't really tell on this one, especially with the background and the way it, like, works well. So I think that's really interesting. But there's a lot of stuff going on this map as well. Like, look at him with the turtle. It's pretty awesome. But look who it is. Helga Nation. She's here from NASB2. And what's this character's name? Because I straight up don't know anybody from Harold. But look at her go. Look at her go. That's pretty awesome here. It's like so cool to just see this. So zoomed in. And then the shark! Is this thing fully modeled? It looks like it is. Yeah, let's go on a tour. So, this is the perspective of the turtle. This is his little house hut. And then, we got this. Let's go underneath the water. Oh, wow. Oh, from it there, I thought going underneath the water, it was like, it gives us a blue tint somehow. But it doesn't actually. And then here we got the fish. Like, look at all these little fishies. Are they modeled? They are. And they go inside. That's funny. What about you? Are you modeled? God, that guy is zooming fast. Jesus. He looks like he's modeled. So yeah, it looks like all the fish are modeled as well. Which I think is really cool. Ooh, the clownfish. Look at Marvin go. But yeah, let's check out the actual aquarium. So we've got this very large floor. And you got the office. Is there anything in here? No. This is the smallest office. I think we might be breaking some laws here. And what's in this spool? Some aqua life, some reefs. Reef action. Patrick Star here. Some sponges. Pretty awesome. I think there'd be something cool moving in here, but I guess not. And let's see how this works. I'm very curious to see. So, when we go in here... Oh! That's a big difference. Look at these dudes go. They're just vibing. And these are just the PNGs. So these are not modeled, obviously. But, like, look at them from out here. It really makes you, like, think about, like, how this game looks when you start stripping it apart, you know? Like, it's very interesting with just, like, the difference in how it looks. I don't know. Like, obviously when you're this close, right? But, like, when you're, like, here, you're not really even, like, thinking about it, I suppose. Because it's such a background element. But it's cool to just see everything up close here. And they still animate them, and, like, they still went through the effort to animate these things. Make the fishtails move, make them look realistic in a sense. But also the way they perspective warp them so that they're actually curved. Like here, look at that. You can see that they're, like, curved so that it looks like they're always kind of facing, you know, a direction. And that their bodies have, like, that kind of distortion from the refraction of the window, which I think is really interesting. And let's go down the hall. Let's see what's down the hall. It's kind of a large hall. Oh, no, it's not. It's not that big. Well, let's see. Anything back here? There is more, actually. Very interesting. Interesting. There's nothing more up back here. Kind of similar to some of the other stages we've seen. But it's very large, very, like, active, obviously spiraling with life map. So, very cool aquarium, if you ask me. And Hugo, we need you to jump off here and start fighting. We're gonna need you to call somebody a donut hole pretty soon, so maybe one day. Oh, the slingshot! And this one here is obviously Tremorton Joyride. And we're catching at a pretty cool time, the teleportation sequence here. And here we go, we're transformed. And this actually is in the free cam mode, which I find pretty interesting now that we've actually swapped. That they have, like, these different backgrounds that, like, let's zoom out here. Like, it's very interesting to just see how it, like, has this, like, filter, you know, over the front of the background here. That's what makes, like, this background kind of weird. But again, the current free cam mod version doesn't really play nice with these, like, Unity backgrounds. So it's like I have to kind of, like, warp the perspective of it to even, like, see it, which stinks. But Marcachino, I'm aware, is working on a new one that actually uses the post-processing effects and such of NASB2 within the marketing version of the camera mode that is kind of hidden in the game. So if you'd like Marcachino to try and finish this and we can maybe redo this series with that mod, make sure to like this video to show your support for that getting finished. But let's go down here in the background. And so we are on a track, so we actually can't, like, really move and stay in a single spot, you know. But we can actually just hang out here and kind of chill with them as they move. And it's like a track, so once it gets near the end of this track, we actually will be able to move on. And look at how, like, much, like, detail is on this stuff. Like, the robots here, the kids are running, the fires are in the buildings, people are freaking out. This guy's screaming. This guy's screaming. Like, it's very cool in that aspect with just, like, how much is going on the stage. And the art style as well. Like, this is one of my favorite NASB1 stages. And there we go. We're teleporting. Look at that. So that's what teleporting looks like from the opposite side. And now we're here on this spiraling city of whatever the heck this is called. Because, unfortunately, the last time I saw the show... Oh my god, look at this dude. Last time I saw a show was very much a long time ago. Oh, he despawned. There he is. It's interesting how the perspective of the camera really changes to how the effects look. But very cool. Oh, this is a cursed one. Jenny's face from a different angle is so funny. Just this like weird like whatever that is, her nose, whatever her dent. God, so funny. Here's Granny. Granny's chilling here, working the controls here. I think it's pretty awesome, just like all the characters and references they were able to add in this stuff. And interestingly, on this small of a stage, I decided not to like model the background, but I mean, I guess I'm not that surprised. Like, it's just how it goes, you know. But now it looks like we got to the point where we don't really see anything. And I think this might be the space section, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So it looks like the space section doesn't really play nice with the camera mod, which is even more of a reason to hope for that new mod coming out eventually. And here we're back to Tremorton. Which, I mean, it's pretty barren, pretty simplistic, but that's the art style. Look at a car. And I think this is pretty neat. Like, it's just cool to see everything. Oh, bus! Like a SpongeBob bus or something. But, welcome to Tremorton. Pretty cool, if you ask me. And the whole neighborhood's here, you know. But, yeah, this is Tremorton. And that wraps up all of the default stages for Cherry's Boundary Break for NASB2. So I hope you enjoyed that, but don't worry, that does not mean that we're done with Boundary Break stuff. So there's plenty more stuff for us to do, but I'll be saving that for future episodes, because next up what we have to do is we have a ton of stuff that in the campaign we can look at, and I think that'll be really fun and really interesting to do in a free cam mode. But I may hold off on doing that until that new version of the mod is released. So once again, if you want that to be a thing and you'd like to see it sooner rather than later, just please comment your hype for it below this new higher quality use of post-processing. It's the exact same free cam mod, or mode, I should say, that the marketing team, in a sense, got to use, because that one doesn't have any of the downsides that this one does. So things like seeing the background, things like showing the post-processing, things like seeing how Aang is all pixelated, like that will not be a thing, you know, in this new version that will eventually come out. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure to leave a like on this video, or just let me know in the comments if that's something that you're interested in. Otherwise, beyond that, we still have plenty of other things I'm going to hold off up until now. And unrelated to free cam, coming up we have Genesis 10, which is I think in 2 weeks, 1 week from now. And I'll be doing a recap video on that. We'll have the Boundary Break videos. We'll have my breakdown of the top 50 best NAS players in the world, which another portion of that 40 through 31 or 39 through 31 or whatever came out today. So make sure to give that a look. And other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.